Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So last night Zadia sat down with Little Black Book 91 here on YouTube, and honey, after her interview, Sidney, Aisha, Sabrina, and Courtney went live. Now, one of the biggest problems and concerns the ladies have with Zadia is her not taking accountability and always putting the blame on someone other than herself. So when I was listening to the interview, I feel like there is a barrier that causes Zadia to not be vulnerable, and I feel like there's a barrier that has her to not take accountability for her action. And so every time Kojo asked her a question, she had this nice polished answer to all of his questions. And when I say a polished answer, she tried to have an excuse and a reason for everything that she did on the show. So even though she apologized for her actions several times, I can appreciate that, but I do not think that she apologized for the other person to feel better, but only because she thought that was the right thing to do at the moment. And so, I can't assume if her apology, if it was genuine or not, but outside looking in, I just felt that she apologized because that was the right thing to do. But she didn't want to have a conversation about why the apology was given in the first place, because in my opinion, that would have been her taking accountability, because it would have been forced in her face. And so with all of the scenarios and situations that she was dealing with on the show, to me, she never gave the other party to have an opportunity to have a turn to say something back after she apologized. Like, it was just like, well, how do you feel? Okay, well, let me apologize for that. And that was just the end. And sometimes when you have that conversation, it can help the person that's initiating the apology, or sometimes it may not. But I feel like Zadia never gave the other party the opportunity to explain why the apology was necessary in the first place. So before I wrap this video, here's the live of the ladies. Leave your thoughts in the comment section of this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.
What was said? All right, guys, I had to get my wine together. Yeah, let's have a wine and wine down type of thing.
Well, I'll have
with our besties that are tuning in right now. Wait, huh?
I'll have some water.
Oh, okay. Well, you have some water.
I don't drink.
Oh my God, I did your accent so good today.
They know when I do your accent, I said, gotta wait till Sidney does mine.
Listen, I did it so good on the phone with Carrie and Courtney. Oh my gosh. Did I not do a good job for it?
She really did.
Yeah, like you were like, oh.
Yo, no, but you know what's funny, Aisha? You can do Sydney's little Valley girl accent, and Sidney can do your New York accent. It's so funny.
So Aisha, these girls came to me and they're like, put Dante water in the bowl. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Stop, Sidney, do Aisha.
Do me, Sidney.
Okay, wait, no, I can only do her based off of today, and I can't do it because we have viewers.
Thank you guys. You love my hair. Sidney,
yeah, she looks stunning. Where's my baby?
Sidney, do it. Like, say, like, if I'm like.
Do it. Go ahead, Sid.
Do it like
if I'm. I can't
do it. Do it from the house when you came to me in the room, and I was like, you said it. I was like, all right, but do what you want to do, but I gotta get dressed.
Do what you gotta do, but I'm getting dressed right now, so I can't even do it right now because my mind is other places. We must get into this little black butt. We must. The besties want to know what happened. I'll you guys. We'll revisit this when I have to be in my vibe to do her Bronx thing. But girl, I did it.
Come on.
All right, let's get into the little black book. Now, Aisha didn't see it, so we're gonna give her a little synopsis. Where'd they go? Okay, girls, you guys ready?
Yeah, break it down. Break it on down. Break it on down. I'm supposed to be doing
You go. Okay, what are we talking about?
All right, so I didn't tune in the very beginning.
Thank you.
So, did you see the very beginning, Courtney?
Yeah, I did. I watched, I think I came on about like 20, 25 minutes late because Carrie texted me. She said, Girl, I hope you're watching this. Bitch, I was making a whole sirloin. I was like, let me just flip this.
Wait, where's Carrie at? 'Cause
Carrie,
yeah.
out in these DC streets. But hold on. So they started, Kojo is really good at interviews. Like he started asking about the background and where her life story is going and just a bunch of different things, right? Like he really wanted to get into it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was excited about hearing that part because I really wanted to know where her aggression comes from. Like she's very aggressive. I
Right.
want to know where it came from. So I'm listening, and Zadia said, I think she said she's a middle child. I think she has twin sisters, 7 siblings. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, she's the 5th child, and I think there's the twins underneath of her.
Okay, yeah. So
We can't hear you.
Me?
Can y'all hear her?
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
you hear me?
Okay, yes.
Oh, sorry. Carrie was calling me. I was texting her. But yeah, she was talking about her background, and Kojo was like, I feel like you have a wall up. Like I feel like you're just like really not saying what you really need to say about you. And I feel like a lot of the time throughout the interview she was deflecting. And I feel like Kojo was like, yo, I'm trying to get to know you. And one thing I love, can y'all still hear me or no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, they can. One thing I love about Kojo, Sidney, you did an interview with him. I did an interview with him. He really dives deep into your background to find out where this pain comes from. So I think I think she was doing a good job, like kind of in the beginning. But I think where it really started to go left was when she brought up how she was hurt by like Dante. Did you jump in on that part?
I got the tail. No, I kind of hopped off because I had to say my farewells. But what did she say?
She said she was really hurt by Dante, and she was giving her recounts of like the story. I think she said the main thing she was hurt about. Well, I'm just saying from her words. The main thing she was saying she was hurt about wasn't that Dante chose Aisha. It was more so that she feels like Dante didn't go about, and I'm gonna say this loosely, dismissing everything the way it should have been. Like she's saying, if you moved on to the next woman, why didn't you tell me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So Kojo was like really breaking it down. Like Kojo was like, oh, you're hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does this pain come from? So I think she just kept saying over and over, Kojo, I wanted closure. I deserve closure. I wanted closure. I feel like I needed that. And then Kojo was like, well, why did you need closure? He didn't text you back. That's your closure. And Kojo, she was like, we're going to agree to disagree. I feel the way I feel because that's my feelings. You were not there. Personally, I'm going to say, just kind of like interject real quick. Zadia's been through some shit that she's never told anybody before. She has been through shit. And I know that because I've been through some shit, right? And I feel like people, and I'm not sticking up for her, I'm just giving like a lot of her aggressiveness again. I think she's been through stuff that she hasn't even told her family about. I think she's been through some stuff she's never told her relationships about. Like, I really think that's deep rooted, I don't think she's gone to therapy and has really dug to the core issues of why she is the way she is, So I'm not making an excuse. I'm just, I don't want this to, I don't know. Where did you come on at, Sid?
Because you know what happens? Like if you hop out of the live and I know on my phone, if I hop out on the live, the comments will be real time, but it will pause where I hopped out. So I was behind y'all. So I had to literally X out and then hop back in. And I was on there when she was talking about, I called her and I was calling her a whole bunch of hood rats. And I was like, first of all, I don't call people hood rats. That's not in my vocabulary at all. Hood rats and all these other things. I didn't call her a bitch. What I did do was I said, hi, Zadia. She was like, who is this? I said, this is Sidney. And I jumped right into saying, I think that you had a little bit too much to drink last night. And as soon as I said that, she goes off and then she hangs up. So yeah, as she's like screaming at me when I said, I think you had a little bit too much to drink. Yeah, my friends were laughing at her in the background because we were like, why? There she goes, acting wild and crazy again from the night before. And then she hangs up. So it wasn't even like,
I'm in the camera.
I got a chance to even call her. I might have called her ghetto, but not to her face.
Go ahead, Aisha. Sidney, come in the camera.
hold on a second, you guys. I'm trying to, I need to put my filter on because I was having a little meltdown.
So, everyone has been. Mostly everybody there said, I went to therapy. I've been to therapy. If you've been to therapy, then this would not be your behavior. So,
Right.
excuses for people who out loud said, I've done the work. I am healed. I know how to keep my emotions in check. It didn't display. We are all in the process of dating. The rule is not to say to the other one, heads up, I'm going to move on to Courtney. The rule is not, heads up, now Sid rocks my boat. If you want to, you can. But the process of Ready to Love was laid out before us as date who you like, connect with who you like. If you don't like them, move along.
Right.
We all do that. If you don't want to tell your process to your person, you don't have to. I didn't tell when I started to feel Dante.
Right.
He even said to me, hey, I didn't know you like Dante. I said, why would you know? I don't ask you about your connections. You don't ask me about mine. You keep that to yourself. When your process is starting to fall apart, then you can just, hey, I'm going to move along. If he didn't do that with her, guess why? Because her behavior was nasty. He couldn't talk to her. We saw the episode when he was, like he said, when me and Dante walked in the house, he still was very much her connection. He made that very aware to me. I'm not discounting that they had a connection. I've never once said they did not have a connection. She was the demise of their connection. After the table, he walked up to her, we all watched it and said, hey, this is a man telling a woman he is strongly interested in. He's essentially telling you this behavior is turning you off. And you said, got it, Carl. So now you were just condescending to him. A man. You just belittled this man again. So first strike was that. And then second strike was the nose poke, which then you're out. You're going to get another third time. You understand? So no. Be accountable for your actions. We all have been hurt. You guys heard my walk. I admitted out loud that the man that I married and had children with beat me. Right. Am I jumping in Dante's face? Am I jumping in Frank or Phil's or any one of these men's face if I feel triggered? No. Phil was one of my strongest connections. When Sidney came in the room, listen, see what that feels like. That's what a woman of confidence does. That's what a woman who is confident and who's done the healing work does.
But you know what the thing is? The thing that kind of bothered me too, because I wrote a few comments in there about like therapy and just knowing people. My thing is like, I understand that like some of the cast members want to blame editing. I get it. But they fail to realize that all of us have hung out the entire summer off camera. Literally, I have said this several times in several interviews. If Ready to Love was following us off camera throughout DC, they'd have got more footage. It probably would have been the highest rate. Like everything, we had to explain everything in interviews because they couldn't explain it on camera. Here's what I'm gonna say about that. The rooftop, it has to be explained. The kick from Carrie at the Halloween party has to be explained. Like other situations, the Zadia showing up to the clubhouse has to be explained. Everything has to be explained. Now, let me tell you something. Why is it that you're blaming editing for making you look bad, but when the cast hangs out with you in person,
you do the same?
It's the same thing, Ma. It's not editing in person.
This is what I'm saying. When people are saying, oh, this isn't that. My frustration does not come from what happened on the camera. My frustration comes from what Sidney and I both know happened when those cameras was off and the antics were too much. What you saw at the table was just the tip of the iceberg. The behavior was disgusting. It was very disgusting behavior, and then it continues out of the journey. We have been off for you guys 5 months, and the antics still happen. This is your behavior, love. This is your behavior.
That's
As
not editing. We're all
I don't want to tear you down, but this is your behavior, my love. This is what you do.
Can y'all hear me?
And then and you apologize for it after.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
You just weren't saying anything. That's it. Like I said, I think there's only but so much editing in the world. I really, really do. Like, you can't, if the people that are watching the show are saying, okay, let's go with your story. We only see 2 to 3 minutes and it's edited and it's chopped and the producers did this, this, and this to you. Why is it that 17 out of 22 cast members still don't care for you? Got men and women. Like, it's not even just
because of all of their separate interactions with her are all the same. She is a negative, insecure girl who has not worked on herself. And I'm not saying that everybody's perfect, but like you said before, you can't let your past traumas shape who you are right now with building these new relationships with people. And at the end of the day, she said, she was like, okay, outside of the cast, I am a like, everyone knows me that I'm a happy person. I'm a vibe. Girl, there's people that have walked up to me that,
thank you,
I don't personally know. They're like, oh yeah, I've had the same interactions with her in the summer at a pool party. And I'm like,
too.
Wow.
People have
all because and I think a really big issue is the fact that she has a drinking. Okay, the problem isn't that she's an alcoholic. I'm not gonna call her an alcoholic. It's the fact that she gets really aggressive when she drinks. You know how like we get silly and crazy when we drink? She just gets aggressive. And she needs to work on that because it's like something that's deep down inside of her, like you said, Courtney, that comes out when the alcohol sets in.
But you know what if you did the work, then this would not surface.
You hear me? That's unhealed trauma. There is something that happened in her life that she is not healed from. And
and we are all 30-something, pushing 40.
I get it.
You cannot blame. I say it over and over again. If you have traumas, then what? You fix it or you be miserable. You live with the pain. If misery is your company, do not invite nobody else to the party because I don't want to join you. If misery is your company, you and misery go have fun together. Do not invite me to that party. Don't bring that over here to this positive energy. Because hurt people that want to live a productive life will go seek help.
Exactly.
I think honestly, I don't think anybody's ever really called her out on her shit, to be honest. And I'm not saying I'm saying people in her life, her friends.
I think that she kind of like glossed over the conversation with her dad and like her siblings. I think that her siblings probably have called her out on her shit, but she doesn't want to hear it. And I also think that she had issues with being in the shadows of those twins. But what do I know? I'm just a viewer tuning into her life.
I wish Coco gets to the bottom of everything. Like when I did my interview, he was like, Courtney, I understand why you have this fieriness in you. I understand why you're a Leo. I understand that because of you've been through this, and this. It makes sense. When I finished that part with Kojo and we started talking to Ready of Love, I looked back. The interview started at 6. It's 8:02. We start talking about Ready to Love. I was like, I didn't figure out where the trauma came from. I don't think that's of it. Maybe I missed it. Did somebody else in the comments miss it? Because I don't see why.
Thank you. I have no ill will towards this female. I have no ill will towards any of those females. But what you're not going to do is constantly keep on blaming other people for your actions. We have witnessed. It's beyond TV show now. Because first of all, the show is a reality show. We do not get scripts. No one is casted in a role. You casted yourself in a role. We all showed up. They're not saying cut. Okay, let's take that from the top. Aisha, you did amazing. We love that. Come back in with that energy. No, this is real life. Okay? And every time you showed up on that set, you showed up hard. If you don't want me to stay aggressive, please, somebody in the Webster Dictionary, find another word for it. Give me the verbiage that you need me to use if it's not aggressive.
She did talk a lot, you guys.
So then it's abrasive. Then it's rough. What do you want me to call it? Because I said it before in one of my interviews. It's not passion. When you're attacking other females for absolutely no reason, the energy she kept giving to you, Sidney, was just ridiculous. The energy she kept giving out at that round table was a lot. And like I said, I felt like some women came into that process like, I'm a bad bitch and can't nobody touch me.
In her mind, though, she doesn't see any of it. For example, I can only speak on like what she said with me. She was like, I thought, Sidney and I shared this moment. Like, we were going to be friends and we shared this moment. I said, girl, we shared, 15 seconds of you talking to me? We never had a friendship. As soon as I walked onto the first pool thing, we were like, oh, there can only be one girl with quads. There can only be one girl with a body. And I was like, okay. And then it went into the Sean scene. She's always been a mean girl, but she glosses over it because she puts her little laugh at the end of it, which is like, I feel like is a defensive mechanism that she does. But I just didn't like the lies. It was the lies for me today that were just taking me out. Like, girl, what? I was screaming at her. She said that I screamed at her at the women's lounge when we were at the house at the retreat. I said, no, I had Aisha's back, because what you're not going to do is come for Aisha and say that she never makes sense and that she lies, when that's not the case. And then y'all got mad at me because you apologized and I was supposed to be on y'all's team or on y'all's side and go with the narrative of putting Walter and Dante at the bottom, which she denies.
I'm like, Sidney literally said, did I speak to y'all in the house? Did I speak to y'all, period, other than filming?
No. Girl, she said that me, you, and Sabrina collectively put their two at the bottom because we didn't like them. I was like, I didn't have a relationship with Sabrina or Aisha. I didn't have a relationship with Aisha until after we wrapped. Like, what?
I literally, you came to my room and told me that they were trying to do that bully antics. What did I say? If you want to put Dante in the bottom, put Dante in the bottom. I do not care if he's my connection. He was like, but I don't want to, because I said, girl, do what you want to do. I'm not telling you. If I was trying to save Dante, I would have been like, Sidney, can you please do me a favor? Please don't put Dante in the bottom.
Right.
I was like,
girl, you was too busy doing your makeup. You should be out of that room so fast.
I was like, I don't care what you do. I really don't care what you do. But one thing you're not going to do is let them bully you.
Right.
I didn't know Sidney. I hadn't talked to Sidney other than the deliberation. Right. Oh, Sabrina's saying, add her.
Hold on, boo.
And
I had not said anything to Sidney. I had not said anything to Sabrina. Hell, me and Courtney never even spoke on set until after we wrapped, probably a month after.
No, literally.
Oh, right. Aisha, she said that y'all were friends. Oh, it's the gang. She said that y'all were friends because y'all filmed the girls' evening and that y'all had a bonding. The way that she painted this picture is that y'all were cool, and then all of a sudden y'all weren't.
I never was this woman's friend. I told you guys in the beginning, she was on my body because she was saying that we both was Geminis. She was on my body in the pictures. She was on me like, oh, we're going to be besties. And I knew once that antic started, I wouldn't have been able to shake it. And I was not going to be a freaking frack. I was not going to be a freaking frack. I was like, I'm not with it. I understand how females work. I'm not going to be kikiing with you if we happen to like the same guy. I'm not doing it. So okay. I was very pure.
Watch it.
I think she even said something about you, Aisha, you was in your feelings because you wasn't trying to be her friend, or she wasn't trying to be your friend like you was trying to be her friend. I was like, what the freak?
She's really delusional.
If I will print anybody who believes that bullshit. I will put my record.
That's not true.
We know it wasn't this true. Girl sat there. First of all, when we did the women's circle, they asked. It was an episode that never made the air, where they called me and said, Aisha, we want to do a segment with you, and we have a few girls. We want to ask you, do you want to do a segment with them? It was like a little round table. After I was sitting and getting my food, because production didn't feed me that day, and I was like, I'm getting food. So they ordered me some food, and as we sat outside on the patio, she began to be like, okay, so let's talk about connections. I said, here you go again. In that same circle, this is the same day, she ripped Shiloh a new one.
Wait, who did?
Zadia ripped Shiloh a new one. She was basically trying to tell Shiloh she's her friend, but being so aggressive by cursing her out. Bitch, I'm your friend. I'm your friend. What you don't understand, if I like you, I like you. I'm like, whoa. That's how.
She never did that. She said she never went on there.
I was like, what are you? And I was like, okay. One of the producers was there. I was like, wait a minute, Zadia, what I'm hearing, and Shiloh is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And I'm like, wait. Can y'all talk? If you're trying to tell her you're her friend, I think you're a person. Like, that's how I talk. That's how I talk, Aisha. The same way, if I like you, I like you. And I'm telling you I like you. Shiloh, the reason why you think I don't like you is because somebody was in your ear.
Was it Courtney? Were you
Hey,
in her ear, Courtney?
it was Aisha. The comment said she never yelled at Shiloh. She said she doesn't talk to her friends like that.
Right.
She screamed on Shiloh. On my father's grave. This woman screamed on Shiloh. Who knows JT? You know JT, right?
Yeah,
You know the
JT.
Ask JT. JT was like, whoa. Me and JT both had to keep being like, can you not yell at her if you're telling her you're her friend? And I said, what I'm saying to you, Zadia, and what I'm hearing you say to Shiloh is you want to get to know her better. You want her to make her own conclusion about you and not let nobody else interfere with that. Am I correct? She's like, yes. And then I was like, but Zadia, calm down. What I'm hearing Shiloh say to you is that she has been silent since she was a young girl. And so this behavior doesn't feel good to her because it feels too familiar. So what I'm asking you to do, that although this is how you talk, Zadia, if she is your friend, what I'm asking you to do is listen to your friend and love her the way she needs to be loved, not how you like to love on people. And she was like, okay, well, I'm just trying to tell you I like. And then Shiloh was like, that's correct, Aisha. I'm just so used to being yelled at and told to be quiet. Yes. And she's like, and so I'm just trying to say to you, like, yes, someone told me not to be your friend, but I'm willing to listen to you. But I don't know how to have this type of dynamic. And she's like, okay, but I fuck with you, bitch. That's what I do. You muck.
Were y'all drinking alcohol?
I don't drink. They had a bottle.
You.
Yes,
They
the owner brought out shots for them, and the owner brought out a bottle of wine. And they was like, I should take the shot. I was like, no, you can have it. Even she was so hyped. I sat and listened to them talk, and then when I walked away with JT, I was like, this is why I don't want to be friends with any of these women. And she was like, and keep doing what you're doing. I was like, put me in a taxi home. I was like, the scene is done. My food is here. I'm ready to go home. I said, this is why friendships in circles like this don't work. Wait till the process is over. And then JT's like, keep doing what you're doing. I was like, that's a lot. Why is she yelling at another grown woman? And why is another grown woman shrinking in her seat like she's a damn child?
Hold on, wait.
Oh, my father.
One thing I did miss, Sabrina, let me know if you were still in there because I had to put my son to bed. Did she say anything about the whole Brown Girl Squad thing?
Yes, she did.
I missed that. What was said about that?
She said that it started off, it was supposed to just be like them celebrating their skin tones. And she said, honestly, Aisha could have been a part of it because Aisha is like my tone too. But you know, she said something a little weird. She was like, I grew up in a home of colorism. I guess her mom is from Panama and her mother is dark skinned. I think her dad is light skinned. She brought up the fact that she's had to deal with that within her own family because her brothers and sisters are basically every single hue. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if you had to deal with that, why would you even create this narrative of a crew? Then she brought up the fact that
wait, real quick. She's not rising my blood pressure, guys. I'm recanting a story. And the reason why I was that animated, because that's how animated she was when she was talking to that woman. My blood pressure is, I keep telling you guys, I am healed and a healing. So my pressure stays where it belongs. Leveled.
Wait, okay.
Now
I'm remembering something. Were you with her when they were talking about, she said there was a conversation about the cast photo, and I guess they kept putting Sabrina's pretty ass in the front. Okay. And she was like, yeah, and, you know, I think that they were looking for a look. This is going in with the brown girls and the colorism complex combo that she was talking about. They kept putting Sabrina in the front because she's racially ambiguous, and that's the look. I'm like, but guess what, baby? They have my Miss Chocolate fine ass thing in the middle. So this is irrelevant. This narrative that you're running with is irrelevant.
But sis, you made the title sequence. Not everybody made the title sequence, and you did too, my love. What is the problem? You made the title sequence too. Listen, guys, be very clear and please rest assured that this is not a bashing session. This is us just saying like what is happening.
Trying to piece things together, you guys.
We just trying to piece it together. This is not a bashing session. I am my sister's keeper. I have no ill will towards these women. None of us collectively have care. She is not a factor to me for me to even worry about it. But because we are on this public platform, because we just left your TV screens, because you guys are interested in the story, and because people constantly lie, we are willing to hold people accountable. Point blank, the period. This
Oh
is
wait,
not
no,
a
she took me out when she said, "I'm a girl's girl." You know, I don't like drama. I was like, bitch, what? Sorry. I wanted to be like, girl, what? A girl, where, sis? When you kick Carrie? Oh, and then she went along and said, Sidney mushed me in the face. And I'm like, are you gonna tell the full story about how you got my personal space 3 times? 3, how you scratched Sarah's arm, and how Naeem told you to fight me? And how you lunged at me? Then she said nobody was even up there when that whole little situation happened. She said it was just her, that it was her, Mameen, and Naeem. I said everybody was at the rooftop when that shit went down. What are you talking about?
Listen, the only people that were not there was
Shiloh and Phil were off doing their little thing, their little kissy shit in the fucking corner.
No, she wasn't doing it with Phil. Mm-mm.
Oh, I mean with Walter. My bad, Walter. Okay, whatever. You know.
But one that was not there to actually left early, but we were all there because Shiloh rode with me there that night. That's when we were like tight, me and Shiloh, and we left.
Mm-hmm. I'm just like, it's just the lies and delusion for me. But she did apologize and say she wishes that she had not done that.
Oh, Sidney,
that's the first time I ever heard that. I'm like, well,
Sidney, stop.
I don't mean to call. Look, y'all, just what?
You straddle Cornelius?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I said, did you straddle Cornelius?
You told me to stop.
Bitch, no, why you so straddle Cornelius.
Actually, I don't remember. Look. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't remember. Y'all know. Okay, I was dancing. I gave Mameen a lap dance first. Then I moved over to Cornelius because I don't look at sassy Cornelius like that. It's like hanging out with his sis. Come on now. It was not like that. It wasn't some seductive, about to give you a lap dance like we had stadium or assets. Baby, no. The music was on. I was just like having a good time. And who cares if I did or not? I just got there. I don't know whose connections are with who. And if anybody had an issue, again, I'm going to say it again. Camille should have addressed it, not your fucking pit bull. The fuck? Shit is lame. Now we're back.
Sabrina, what
you said you called her and cussed her out. I did not call her and cuss her out. I actually called her to squash it.
You can hear us, Sabrina?
Can you hear us, Sabrina? Oh, Sabrina's just looking pretty over there.
No,
I didn't call her and cuss her out. Y'all. I literally called her so that I could move on with the situation. And I said, she was like, who is this? She didn't recognize my LA phone number. And I was like, it's Sidney. And she was like, how'd you get my number? And I was like, girl, I just think that you had a little bit too much to drink. She got upset that I said that. As soon as I said, I think you had too much to drink last night, she got defensive and started screaming. And yes, my friends were laughing in the background. That was it. And then she hung up on me and blocked me.
Sabrina, two things. Sabrina done missed a lot.
Can y'all hear me?
Now I can. Now I can.
You said, what was I? You talking about the kiss? You talking about the kiss?
No, we talking about the house, girl. The antics in the house.
Somebody said, I don't agree with you, Sidney. I don't think you should be dancing on men. If y'all could have understood the dynamics of the night, it was a fucking rooftop party. We're all dancing, having a good time. We weren't sitting around at dinner. It's a rooftop with just the cast. Everybody was drinking all fucking day. We're dancing. Okay, Cornelius is like a girl to me. The fuck? I'm like, come on, it's Cornelius.
Gosh.
It wasn't a big deal. And he didn't push me off. Now, if he pushed me off and made it seem like, oh my gosh, she's being hypersexual. I don't like that. Sexual abuse. Stop. I would have been like, oh, whoa. But he was just like, my God. They really turned it into something so big. Like,
everybody said this is the most dysfunction they've seen in the cast. I've never watched this show, but to be a part of something that I thought was going to be fun and enlightening and has turned out to be like, what? Can we not We are off the TV screen. Oh, girl, stop. Stop. Stop
Wait,
it.
Sabrina, what did you think about the live today?
Yes, ma'am.
They
Who,
want
me?
to you.
You talking about me?
Yeah, what'd you think?
Mhm.
I thought that it was a lot of stuff that was addressed, but it was a lot of stuff that was missing. And the stuff that was missing was the stuff that she didn't want it to be accountable for. You know, I just think that so many people, like, you're on a major platform, and I just feel like so many people, all they want you to do is take accountability. And I
Mhm.
think narrative about her and this perception that everyone has of her would change if she would just take accountability. And that's something that
That's it.
we're not going to get. And
Ever.
I mean, she's looked at in such a negative light, and it's regardless if we say anything, if us four, if we're not on this live, if we don't do our talk negative about her, if you just watch what you watch on TV,
Mhm.
you're gonna think negative about her without our voices. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that's something I don't think that she really. And I just really wish. I really thought that she would go on this interview today and really show up as the person that everybody's been waiting for her to show up as. You know what I'm
I did
saying?
it. I did it. I was wrong. I don't know. Maybe I was caught up. Maybe I thought that this was my moment to have a moment. I don't know. Maybe I needed 15 minutes. I don't know. I don't know where this aggression came from, but I'm sorry I did it. If I offended any of you women, if I offended any of my castmates, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. It doesn't feel good to you. Maybe I need to self-reflect a little bit more. Give me time. Give me grace to sit in this a little bit more. Maybe I need therapy. Maybe I have not really dug deep enough to know that I'm hurt and I need some healing. But if you guys give me grace, I promise I'll do better. Period. Point.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what
Like,
that's exactly what I said verbatim
period.
to Courtney. That's exactly what I said.
Period.
If she just would have apologized and just moved on.
But a
Yeah.
lot.
That's it.
You know what the thing is? A lot of people are saying, "Oh, she said she apologized. Oh, she did apologize." My thing is, like, apologies are only good if there's changed behavior with it. You can apologize.
Period. Facts.
You can't keep saying I'm sorry, then there's no change behavior. So what people like, some people be like, oh, she apologized, so y'all need to let it go. Do you understand that the same breath she apologizes with, a day later, the next day or 2 days later, she does some bull crap? So tell me your apology holds no weight, sis, if you're doing the same behavior.
She apologized to me, and then 2 minutes after Courtney and I left, she went and told Aisha and Carrie that I lied about the whole alliance thing.
Yeah.
Like, girl, what?
That Sidney's a liar, and you know that.
Bitch, what? Girl, I don't mean to say bitch, y'all. I need to get that word out of my...
Everything Sabrina said. If she had accountability and she was just like really apologetic and meant it, I feel like I'm gonna say, speak on behalf of me, I would have been able to move forward. I just want to have accountability. Like, that's so important on this platform we have. It's so important as a human being to say I'm sorry. And it's so many people have egos, and I don't know if they feel like it makes them weak, or I don't know if they feel like it makes them look different, but it's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, apologies are good when it's genuine. And people call apologize to their blue in the face. It's just a word, but it's an action word. People forget that. That's an action word. You have to apologize, and it has to be genuine. You have to feel it, and the other person has to receive it and know that, oh, this is genuine. You can say you're sorry to me all day, but you're doing it just for your healing and not for mine. Then why do I have to accept it? You're only doing it to relieve yourself of what you did, because you realized in that moment I was a jackrabbit. Got it. Dang. So let me make it look better by saying I'm sorry. I need to relieve myself. Am I really approaching you to relieve you of the trauma I caused you? No. So I don't have to receive your disingenuous apology.
You right.
Period.
Nah, you're right.
And I can still forgive you. And I can still move along within my spirit. I want to be very clear again. I'm not bitter. I have nothing. I have Dante. My booty gets rubbed when I want it to. I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm living in light. My children are triple students. Life is good. My salon is blossoming. I have met these beautiful women. Life is amazing.